Hi guys, long time no see. I quit WoW for exactly 2 years, and I just barely came back for Legion. I am 2 years behind, all my alts were level 90, and I had no idea what was going on, and on top of that, right as I left WoW, I got rid of all my gold, so I came back broke and years behind. Fade, I ended up leveling manually to 100, just kind of checking out Warlords of Draenor before committing to buying Legion. But then once I did, I didn't know what to boost, so I ended up boosting my Druid, who is my gathering character. She has mining and herbalism, and I did that so that I could make some gold to start with. And it's actually gone really well. Pre-expansion, there's some great farming gold to be made, and so I made 120,000 gold yesterday, and I'm set to make more than that today, and I want to show you how. So we're in High Mountain here, and I want to show you the route that I run. So since we're in High Mountain, the only herbs we'll be getting is Foxflowers, and then we'll be getting all the different kinds of ore. So what we're going to do is we're going to start here in Prepfoot in High Mountain, and we're just going to move right along this northern coast, and we're going to herb and mine anything that we find. So let's get started. Now you won't need any special gear. You don't need to be 110 or anything to get here. I walked my way up. It was a little bit painful to get all the way up here because it's such a mountainous zone and there's no flying, but I made it up just fine by myself, and I'm sure you can too, regardless of your gear. I'm still wearing greens mostly from when I boosted my character, so and I'm also just a terrible balanced druid in general, so, and I still made it, so I know you can too. As far as a setup for the character that's farming this stuff, I don't have any strong recommendations for class. I mean, obviously, druids are great for herbing and such like that. I just recommend that you have some way to walk on water, because we're going to be spending a little bit of time in the water, and that's a very nice way to do it. So I use an Azure Water Strider. I don't know if Path of Frost even exists anymore. So much has changed since I left, but if it does, that's a great option as well. One thing that I do want to caution you against is using a Goblin Shredder mount. So basically, since we're going to be farming, it's fine if you're mining, but don't do it if you're herbing, because basically we're herbing these Foxflowers, and you won't see this until the end of my run. I'll highlight it when it happens, but when you pick a Foxflower, sometimes a frenzied fox will spawn, and it will then immediately begin running away from you. And if you notice, it will actually drop a lot of flowers behind it. And all you have to do is run your character over those flowers, and you'll pick up free extra Foxflower. And it is a lot. It's usually I think it's around 20 every fox that you get, so it really adds up. So you don't want to miss that. And I've noticed a lot of people saying that they don't get foxes in their shredder. Now, people could just be experiencing bad luck and just happen to not get foxes when they're in their shredder, but I've seen more than one person say this. So just to be safe, I recommend not using that mount and going with something else. Now, speaking of walking on water, you'll notice that I spend a lot of the time a little bit further away from shore. Other than the area where we first came down the mountain, there are a significant amount of mobs on the shore. There are murlocs in the west, and on the east there are crab people. They look like crabs and talk like people, but not actually. Anyway, and when you're a very bad balanced druid, they can really slow down the efficiency of your mining or herbalism. So I typically kind of stay further out and hit nodes that I know are going to be easier for me to reach, but if you're particularly good at killing mobs, there are also quite a few on the actual shore itself. They're just a little bit more congested in there. Now, as far as what I've been doing with these materials when I get them to make so much gold, the herbs, I kind of played around a little bit with milling them, or doing alchemy stuff, but because of how little I have access to due to my low-level characters, that really did not turn out well for me, so I've just been selling the herbs and the seeds just completely flat out on the auction house, and since I gather so many of them, it's been incredibly profitable. I think Foxflower on my server is going for around 28 gold per piece on my server right now, and the seeds are around the same point, so you can definitely gather up quite a bit of gold in this area. As far as the ore is concerned, I've actually already made a second video in which I talk a little bit about what I do with the ore. So if you're not already subscribed to the channel, I recommend doing so because that video will come out either later today or possibly tomorrow. It's going to be very soon. I just need to do some last minute edits on it, maybe redo the narration, and it'll be good to go. So if you want to see what I do with the ore, make sure you stay tuned. All in all, this little run on your screen took me 17 minutes. I ended up with 74 laystone ore, 72 foxflowers, 28 seeds, and 6 fell slate, and that's even considering I'm a bad balanced druid who spent a lot of time being bad. So if you're even more efficient with me than I am, which I know that you can be, you'll do even better, and the more foxes you get, the more it goes up.